Hello, Algebras. Welcome to another edition of Algebra 2. In our new unit, we are going to be exploring and analyzing patterns. Mathematics is the study of patterns. So before we get into some numerical patterns, let's just look here at some visual patterns. So it tells us that we're going to draw the next three terms. So we need to draw pattern 4, pattern 5, and pattern 6. All right, so if we look here, we start with 1 box, we go to 3 box, and then we have 6 boxes. And notice we kind of keep that corner one, and it branches out, and it branches out a little further. So in pattern 4, those are really big boxes. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to keep this one. And we're going to branch out here. And you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So pattern 5, I'm not going to make them quite as big. So we go from 3 to 4 to 5. One, two, three, four, 5. All right. And so that's what pattern 5 would look like. And we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then pattern 6, we're going to have like that. I don't know what I'm doing there. That's all sorts of ugly. I'm sorry. Ooh, it is hard to draw on those commercials where they say, or they show people designing all sorts of crazy things on the surface. They're liars. It is not that easy. Or maybe you just need to be an artist. Anyways, that would be pattern 6, and we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, well, let's take a look at the little fishies. So it looks like we start with 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like we're adding 2 fish every time. So pattern 4, we would have 8 fish. Oh man, my artistic skills are not very good, just so you know. So I won't be judging your artistic ability. How many did we say we needed? 8? 8 terrible fish. All right, so what would pattern 5? Pattern 5, if we added 2 more, we would have 10 fish. Ooh. Ten fish, and then pattern 6 we would have 11 fish, or 12 fish. I'm just going to write it. All right, we get the gist. Let's take a look at pattern 3, or number 3. So number 3 looks like we have some gray squares in the middle and one white square on the outside, or 2 white squares on the outside. Those 2 white squares don't change, but it looks like our gray squares in the middle do. So we have a total of 5 in this one, total of 6, 7, 8, total of 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So it looks like we're adding 3 squares each time. So I'm just going to go say add. So pattern 4, we would have one more in the center. So we would have like that. So we should have 14 squares. So let's see, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. Nice. 5. We should have 17 squares when we are done. So we're going to have 5 there in the middle. So if we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, sweet. Number 6, we should have 20 squares. So 6 there in the middle with our 2 on the outside. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. Let's take a look at number 4. So they give us up to pattern 4. Let's see what we're doing here. There must be a reason why they gave us an extra pattern, so it must be doing something crazy. So pattern 1 here, we have 1 square, then we have 3, 5, looks like they add 2 more, 7. So it looks like here's our middle one, and then it branches out at the bottom. Then we have our middle one branch out, and then add 2, middle one, branch out. There's our 2 from the previous one, and it branches out further. So my guess is our next one is going to branch out this way. And since we're adding 2 squares each time, we should have 9 squares in pattern 5. So we have a little square right there, little square, little square. So always when we're doing the pattern, it's going to include the previous pattern. So that's the previous pattern, and now we're going to add our 2 more. So pattern 6 is going to include pattern 5. But we're going to add 2 more squares, so we should have 11 squares at the end. And as you can see, we started middle, branched down, branched up, then branched further down, and then further up. So we're going to branch 1 more down. And for good measure, the last one, because it asked us to show the 3. If we add 2 more, we'll have 13 squares. So we have to include pattern 6. So this is pattern 6, and now if we add our extra 2 up top, this will be pattern 7. All right, for your homework, you are to draw, and again, the artistic ability of me is not very good. So I'm not going to judge you on your artistic ability. So you could do, I mean, for the apples, you could do dots, and for the circles, you could do dots. I'm cool with that. But you're given pattern 1, 2, 3 on 5 and 6, and so on your paper, I want you to go ahead and draw the next 3 patterns that you see. You can use circles for the apples. You obviously don't have to draw the apples. Or if you're super tech savvy, then you could you know, cut and duplicate and take a little screenshot of the little pictures of the apples and add them. If you're tech savvy, if you're not, you can just draw it on paper and do circles. But your assignment is going to be to draw the next 3 patterns. And like I did on mine, I would like for you to count how many items you have in each, and maybe add a little rule. So I only did that on number 3, but on number 4, my rule would have been add 2. You could set alternate bottom to top, maybe. This could have been add 3 squares in the middle. For the fish, add 2 to the end. So on. Okay, so write a little rule. It doesn't have to be specific, doesn't have to be super mathematical, but just write how many items did you add for your next 3 patterns on number 5 and number 6. Happy mathing and happy drawing. So I can't wait to see who is an artiste in our class.